Assam government could now be constituting possibly a law against polygamy. This is a big news coming in. Assam government has constituted a 4-member expert committee to examine legislative competence of the state legislature to enact a law to end polygamy. The committee has been given a deadline of 60 days to submit a report. Government has constituted an expert committee to explore legal aspects in the sense as to what are the authorities that the state legislature can have. The expert committee will investigate whether the state government has the authority to invoke a decision to prohibit polygamy in the state. Polygamy, remember, is about having more than one spouse at a time, and it could be a husband or a wife, but more than one, and there could be an end on it via a law if the Assam government manages to have some details about the authority of the state government on it.
অসমত আমি পলিগেমি বন্ধ কৰিব খুজিছো অৰ্থাৎ এজন পুৰুষে হি হিন্দু ধৰ্ম হওক মুছলমান ধৰ্ম হওক চাৰিগৰাকীকৈ মহিলাক যেটো বিয়া কৰাৰ এটা প্ৰৱণতা আছে তাক আমি বন্ধ কৰিব খুজিছো Assam government has decided to constitute a committee to scrutinize the provision of the Muslim Personnel Law Sharia Act 1937.
Right, Suryagni Roy now joins me on the phone line from Bengal on that. Suryagni, is polygamy really a big issue there in Assam? How has suddenly this whole issue cropped up about there could be a law that could be enacted to end it? Suryagni.
Well, Himanta Sarma had stated earlier as well that he wanted to bring a law which would help women in general, irrespective of the religion. This is what he had said at various events for a long time now, and he has shown his interest to bring a law that will end polygamy, and it will not be specific to any community or sect as per se, but in general a law that will end polygamy in the state of Assam. And to form that law, the legal nitty-gritties need to be checked with various bodies and organizations, and that is the reason why he has Himanta.
So there's a committee that has been formed. Suryagni, I request you to stay on with me. Could this become a huge political showdown as well? Joining me right now on the phone line this morning is Mr. Nalin Kohli. He's from the Bharatiya Janata Party, has extensively toured the northeast states as well. Mr. Nalin Kohli, good morning. Polygamy, will it again bring the whole political communal angles as well? Because in some communities, there could be more than one spouse. And there could be this whole issue of whether you can interfere in religious communal matters as well. Or is this going to be irrespective, that polygamy in Assam will not be allowed? Why is this issue important right now for the state of Assam?
I think you need to revisit what Dr. Himanta Sarma, the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, has also mentioned to the media, that this is a committee which has been formed to look at the legal implications and to look at it whether the state can do so under the powers that a state has, given by the Constitution of India, and keeping the Constitution provisions in mind. Article 25 is there, the Sharia Act is there, the fact that states make laws related to marriage. So these are the aspects that this legal committee has to do. So I must make it clear that this is a committee which is to give a report based on law, and everyone in the committee is actually are legal practitioners or eminent people from that. It's headed by a former judge of the Guwahati High Court, a very, very distinguished judge, Justice retired Rumi Fukanji. The Advocate General, Mr. Devajit Saikia, is there. I'm there in my capacity as the Additional Advocate General of the state of Assam. There's another colleague of mine who will bring the aspects of, obviously...
So Mr. Kohli, as a member of this panel and as an Additional Advocate General of Assam, on this issue, what would be your responsibility, authority, to really be able to find out about the state authority? What exactly are we expecting from this panel?
So the Honorable Chief Minister, Dr. Himanta Sarma, has announced the committee only last evening. And obviously there's going to be an occasion when I'm sure our chairperson, retired Justice Rumi Fukanji, will call for a meeting. And what are the modalities, what are the contours of what this committee has to look, what are the legal enactments we need to see, study it from judgments or other observations that may have come up. Please bear in mind that under the Constitution there is protection, but there's also Article 14, which brings about equality of every Indian citizen, irrespective of, religion, region, caste, creed, whatever, gender. So from that perspective, whatever has to be done has to be legally sound. It has to be as per the Constitution. And I think, as the Chief Minister himself has put it out, this is not confrontation. This is about building a consensus. So you have to look at it. Child marriage is a big issue. Child marriage, there is protection of laws for preventing child marriage. But the laws were not being implemented. Then Assam took a lead in this, went out without looking at any community or religion. Anywhere where the law is being broken, which girl childs who are below marriageable age were being married off, action was initiated. Now, there was a hue and cry by certain vested interests in society. The fact of the matter is, can a law not be implemented? Is it not the obligation, the constitutional obligation of a state to ensure that laws that are made for protection of anyone, they should be implemented in totality? So therefore, if an action is backed by a statute, it has to be done in a manner and people comply with it. That's how rule of law is there.
Very interesting.
So this committee on this important subject of polygamy, and we must bear in mind, there is an aspect to be seen that even globally, many countries have banned polygamy, even though it may, religious practice may have had that. So these are issues to be seen in a context of Indian constitutional law. Perhaps some other points that, our chairperson and the other committee members, the Advocate General may wish to bring to the table. And we have to submit a report in 60 days.
Very interesting. So we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting for that report. I appreciate Mr. Nalin Kohli for speaking to India Today Television. He's a member of that panel. So they will be now researching and will be able to find out the legal facets of where can the state authority on polygamy really stand. Thank you so much, Mr. Nalin.